Let's bring in RNC Chairwoman Ronna McDaniel to get her perspective on this. Ronna, thanks so much for joining us on Sunday Morning Futures. You heard the speaker, you've spoken about this already, but what's your initial thought?
Well, first, Jason, I was looking at them and thinking, these guys really have been pulling a couple all-nighters. They look like they've been working really hard. I thought they did a great job articulating, one, that they're going to have support within the conference, two, that they're going to be transparent, that people are going to be able to read this, that it's going to go in front of the American people, but everybody who's going to vote on this is going to read it, which is unbelievable that that hasn't been the case in the past. Non-discretionary spending is going to go down. We're going to hold the Biden administration accountable. They're not going to be able to raise taxes, and we're going to cut spending. So I think all of this looks very good, and Kevin McCarthy and the House have really led the way.
So in these types of deals, the Democrats have to come up with some votes as well. I mean, the more the Republicans will like it, the less the Democrats will like it. I haven't heard leadership on any. I haven't heard from Mitch McConnell. We haven't heard from Steve Scalise, but we certainly haven't heard from Hakeem Jeffries, nor have we heard from Chuck Schumer. That's kind of odd if there's a deal that's in place.
Well, we know Biden's on vacation, right? He's back in Delaware. So the president's MIA, once again, he spent 90 days refusing to negotiate with Republicans when our country's about to default. I don't know any of us in our homes can say, okay, we're going to take a break for 90 days as our house is about to go into bankruptcy. But that's what Biden did. The Republicans passed a plan. They were the only responsible leaders in Washington. And the Democrats, now it's at their feet. And the president is the president. This is his job. He is the leader of the country, and he needs to make sure that our country does not go into default, which is scheduled to happen in early June.
All right, let's make a transition here, and let's talk about the presidential election. It's hard to believe it was just days ago, but you have Senator Tim Scott, who's got in the race. You have Governor Ron DeSantis, who's in this race. You have some others who have already been in this race. It strikes me that Republicans have a deep bench. You have plenty of people that could become the president of the United States. But Donald Trump is like lapping people. By every poll I can see, he is so far out ahead. How do you see this field, and what do you tell the American people about Republicans and what they're doing? Because there's a lot of people running at this point.
Yeah, we have a big field, and you've got Vivek, and you've got Nikki Haley, and Asa, and Larry Elder, and Perry Johnson, and as you mentioned, Tim Scott, and Ron DeSantis, and of course, President Trump. They're all running. What I look at right now, Jason, is it's an opportunity for Republicans to message against Joe Biden. It is an opportunity for us to contrast the extreme lawless leadership of Joe Biden with an open border, with fentanyl coming across, poisoning our families and our kids, with crime surging across this country, with inflation rising, with abandoning energy independence. There is nothing good about the Biden administration. So I am enjoying this. I love every candidate getting in the ring. It gives us another opportunity to contrast what Republicans will do versus Joe Biden and the Democrats. And I think we're going to take up all the oxygen till next year. I'm excited for the debates. And we always have to remember the things that separate us are so insignificant compared to the damage that's being done to our country by the Democrats.
So I think the reason there are so many people in the race is they see a very vulnerable Joe Biden. I mean, sleepy, does not yet even begin to cover his approach to life at this point. But because there's so many candidates, there's a lot of contention, a lot of nipping at each other. You already see this between Governor DeSantis and President Trump. How does the party unite at the end of this? That's the concern, is that you may support one candidate and be pretty darn upset by the time, the caucuses and primaries roll. What can you roll around? What can you do? What can the party do to unite against Joe Biden at the end of the day?
Well, Jason, we're going to be putting out our debate criteria soon, but we are going to have a Beat Biden pledge, which is once the dust settles, we want everybody on the debate stage to pledge that we will support the Republican nominee to beat Joe Biden. And you're exactly right. We cannot win the White House without every Republican. And we saw this in 2022. We had Republicans who lost key Senate races because Republicans refused to support them. That is not tenable if we want to take back the White House, win the Senate, and keep the House. So we all have to come together, and we have to remember who we're against, because the things we have in common is so much more than what we are seeing under Biden. The American people need us to come together. When we see all the things I'm talking about, when families are suffering and hurting, they're looking at Republicans right now and saying, please come together and beat Joe Biden, because we need you to take the leadership helm, because our country is not going in the right direction.
We only have a minute left here, but what is the RNC doing about the ground game? Because it does seem like the Democrats are far out ahead in getting out the vote.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with that. Republicans turned out 4 million more voters in 2022. We would have won the Electoral College because we were the top vote getter in Arizona, Georgia, and New Hampshire. And we won in every battleground state. So the get out the vote's happening. We have to continue ballot harvesting. We have to continue working on early vote. The process matters. The RNC's invested in that. If you want to help, text WIN to 80810. That has to start now. We can't wait to pop up a ground game a week before the election. And that's why the RNC is so critical.
RNC Chairwoman Ronna McDaniel, thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful holiday weekend. Appreciate you joining us on Sunday Morning Futures.
And thanks to all of our veterans. Thank you so much.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.